Hey. Had to snooze. Had to snooze. I said snooze. What the hell is snooze, nigga? I think I must be really tired because I was trying to say, I guess in my mind I was trying to say sneeze in past tense and I end up saying snooze. What the I'm tired because that was the first thing I was gonna explain to y'all. I almost didn't do this because I'm tired, my nigga. I almost said snooze as in past tense of sneeze. Like, y'all gotta pray for me. That's crazy. That's a different level of dummy. But yeah, so we got some things to talk about today. Hold on, let me bring up, make sure I bring up the chat. I can see what everybody's saying. Tell everybody on Twitter I'm going live. How y'all doing this Friday? Everybody feeling good? It's Friday, end of the week, good vibes. And I think we finally coming out of the summer, I guess the summer slump, because the topics are finally getting good. Football is back, gaming is getting back. We're getting closer to September, so it is gonna be active again. It's gonna be good again. All right, random guy, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. So I'm gonna get right into the topics because, like I said, I'm feeling a little bit tired. Got home late, so I don't want to, waste too much time. Want to get right into it. What's good, G? What's good, bro? Tell these people on Twitter I'm going live. First thing we gonna talk about, probably the biggest story of the week, is Philip Mewson. I think that's how you say his last name. Yeah. All right. First, before I get into the topic, I wanted to let everybody know it's going to take a while because now I'm up to 39 episodes of this pretty much. I'm going to go back and I'm going to upload all the episodes of Field of View to SoundCloud. If you don't know, if you look in the description, it should be in the description, there's actually a SoundCloud link specifically for this channel. And I haven't been uploading all of these. I haven't, week by week, I haven't been uploading the audio to SoundCloud. But after, Darius Juice, it's a serious injury? Man, y'all throwing me off topic. Was that a serious? Yo, he a rookie? Is he out for the season? Is he out for the season? Hold on. Wow. Bro, there ain't nothing more depressing than that, dog. You a rookie and you miss your freaking... Oh, man, that's depressing. Wow, bro, that's the worst. Them torn... And in a preseason game, oh, man, say it ain't so. That's the worst, fam. It's crazy because it's like even in preseason games, they sit the starters and everything because they don't want the starters to possibly get hurt, but you still have to play the rookies to see how they perform in some game situations. And even then, man, that sucks. That's depressing, fam. That sucks. That's like so deflating. Just as a rookie, you excited to get into the NFL, make your mark and everything like that, and tear your ACL. That sucks, man. That sucks. But yeah, so I'm gonna be uploading the past Field of View episodes to the SoundCloud. So make sure you follow the SoundCloud link that's in the description. And going forward, I'm going to upload every new episode to SoundCloud, probably just like maybe a few days after I do it live on YouTube. So, for anybody who prefers to watch it, who to listen to it on SoundCloud, it'll be on there. Okay. I think that's all I want to say regarding that. So yeah, let's talk about Philip Mewson. So for anybody who's been under a rock, for the past week, pretty much, I guess. So the story goes, Dead Cells is a Metroidvania type. I have a code. I think I have 2 codes for Dead Cells, by the way. I haven't actually played it. I don't know if I'm gonna play it. Probably not, because I know I'm so busy. I know it's probably a very amazing game, but I know I don't have time to play it. So I'm probably gonna do a giveaway, probably maybe on Weapon Wheel on Sunday or something, because I think I have 2 codes. I know I have at least one. But Dead Cell is this Metroidvania type game, right, that came out recently. And IGN did a review, right? And the review was done by this guy named Philip Mewson. He's like kind of the head of their Nintendo coverage. He has his own Nintendo podcast. He started on YouTube. You know, that's how he got hired and discovered by IGN. IGN brought him on. He's been there for, I can't remember exactly how long he's been there, but he's been there for a while. Right? So the Dead Cell review is released, and a guy by the name of Boomstick Gaming watches the review, and he released his view about a week before IGN's review. And he watches the review and he realized, this review seems very uncannily similar to my review, like word for word, paragraph by paragraph, you know, in the same order, in the same structure, in the same verbiage, same words. His review got stolen by Philip Mewson, and there, you know, nobody. I obviously don't need to explain the gravity of this. You work for IGN. IGN is the biggest gaming media company there is. The biggest. You get brought on by them and you plagiarize. You take the chance and you plagiarize somebody else's work. Not only that, you know, it's a smaller YouTuber, which, by the way, let me just say this right up front. Philip Mewson stealing his review is the best thing that will ever happen to Boomstick Gaming, because I last time I checked, his channel grew by 15,000 subs. Okay, that's last time I checked. I don't know what it is now. So this is not even a bad thing for Boomstick Gaming. The only bad thing could have been if, like, you know, maybe if he didn't have any power. Now there's, you know, in current day, there's, yes, I did watch Philip Mewson's video. I'm gonna get to that. And nowadays we have social media. So social media can kind of get like a ball rolling and everything like that in terms of backlash. You know, there was a time once before, like, say a media site, you know, kind of stole your work. You know, a big company stole your work. What were you gonna do? Nothing. You're the small guy. You don't got no power, right? So you were kind of just crushed and defeated, but not in today's world, right? We got the power of social media. So that wasn't gonna fly. You know, it got the ball rolling. He's at 63K subs, bro. He was at, I think he was at 11,000 before this incident. I can't remember, but he wasn't even at 20, I think. So this guy has gotten at least 30,000 subs from this ordeal. This is the best thing to ever happen to him. Actually, he might want to thank Philip Mewson. Okay, he might want to thank that man, right? But one thing we should point out, this isn't IGN's fault. This is not IGN's fault in the slightest, right? Because when it comes to plagiarism, there's programs and stuff, like, you know, when college professors or high school teachers use this, where you can copy and paste the words of a, like, let's say a student hands in a book report or an essay, whatever. You can put it into the program, and the program will find any piece of published work to see if this piece of work has been posted and has been plagiarized and taken from anywhere, right? But there's no such thing, no such program for a video review, right? So you can't, there's no program where you can put in a video review, even the words, the captions for a video review, and see if anybody else copied it. There's no such thing, right? So, and I know people are gonna get at IGN, and you know it's gonna be a joke that people are gonna make fun of in the comment section for IGN for a while. It is gonna mess with their. I don't think it's gonna mess with reviews. It is gonna like leave a little, you know, it's gonna leave a little stain on their resume or their image, right? That's all it will really do. But I don't think it's really gonna hurt them. It's not gonna kill them or anything. They're the biggest media site. They're not gonna go down from that. Obviously, they end up firing Philip Mewson. I'm gonna get to what he said in the video and the reason why it's obvious that IGN didn't do this on purpose, because it's like, why would they? They have no reason to try to take the chance, and there's no, you know, they don't get anything out of that, right? They get nothing out of taking the chance of approving a plagiarized review. That doesn't make any sense for them to do. There's no way they knew, right? So it's not their fault at all. There's no gain. There's no profit from that, right? If anything, it's just shooting themselves in the foot. I can't call it suicide because, you know, it's not really their fault, right? It would be the equivalent if they weren't such a big entity and, you know, a big media site. It would be the equivalence of shooting yourself in the foot or shooting yourself in the head. From a you know, just from a PR standpoint, if all of the editors and all of the head editors at IGN knew that this was plagiarized and they approved it, but we all know that's not the case at all, right? So nobody needs to blame IGN. This guy, and I started to think like, okay, why? Like you gotta try to like break it down and try to figure out why Philip Mewson did this, right? Right? Because here's the thing, it's not a bad game. So I think people would have a little bit more empathy or sympathy if this was like some garbage trash game and he was forced to play it. Because when you're a video game, you know, reviewer, sometimes you come across those situations where your editor, whoever's your supervisor, might give you a trash game to play, right? And you can't really say no. Sometimes that's just part of the job. You gotta review a game that's complete garbage. No, he got an amazing game according to most, you know, most people and most sites. It's a great game, and he apparently had more than enough time to play it and enjoy it. And here's the thing, even if he didn't beat it, right? It's one of those games where I'm not gonna say it's one of those games, but it would have been all right. It would have been better for him to get through half of the game and write his review based on half of the game and what he experienced, rather than plagiarize, right? You could have just played some of the game. Because let's be honest, I do think in most cases you should beat a game before you review it. But I would say by the time you're 50 to 75% of the game, you already know your review. It's rare that the ending 25% of a game really changes what you think of a game. Unless the last 25% of the game, the ending is so bad. But that's rare. Usually your first 75%, that's pretty much enough. You've gotten an understanding of what this game is, what you like about it, what you don't like about it. Your review is based on 75%, the first 75%, okay? So the only thing I could think, it's not a bad game. He had enough time to play it. The only thing I could think of is he procrastinated. He must have had a deadline and he had to turn in a review and he procrastinated. Because, you know, one thing that's very important to all these media sites is getting their review out as soon as the embargo is up. Because when you get your review up, the later you get your review up, the less views you're gonna have. And you know, all these sites, they want the first views, right? They want the first fruits and everything like that. So that's why you see, as soon as the embargo goes up on a game, you see GameStop, IGN, and all these other sites put up their reviews literally at the same time. They have these reviews scheduled at the second the embargo goes up, because the companies tell them the exact time when they can upload, when they can put up the review. So they already have those things scheduled, right? So, and that's important to them. So I'm thinking he got to the deadline, but he procrastinated because I'm assuming that because I'm a terrible procrastinator. I said this on my live stream. In college I had a project due, right? And I've done this on several occasions. I'm one of the worst procrastinators in the world. And it's almost, I feel like it's almost literally killed me. Literally. I think you can actually die. It's almost like, you know how you hear about stories of gamers, you know, doing marathons and end up dying. I've done that in college, except on final projects, where one final project that I had to work on, I did it. I started it the morning of that it was due. I'm talking about early morning. The project was due 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I started at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I was obviously up the entire day before. I did not go to sleep, and I started the project at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I turned it in 2 p.m. So pretty much for essentially essentially for like 11 hours straight, I worked on a project. And you know, you're pretty much rushing through it and everything like that, but you're still trying to get, I got an A on it, by the way. Some people work well under pressure. I got an A, I swear to God, I got an A on it. Just like, I ended up, I think I did it on, because it was like a communication writing class, and the professor was pretty cool, so she gave us kind of like freedom and liberty on what we wanted to do it on, and I did it on like the history of video game controllers, or the history of video game consoles, and how they evolved. Something like, I think it was video game controllers specifically. Ended up getting it in. The point is, I think he just procrastinated and waited until the very end, until he was close to the deadline. Because the thing is, I know, like you have to turn in your review, I think a few days before the actual before the actual embargo, because they have to make the gameplay to match up with the review. So I'm pretty sure he can't exactly turn it in exactly at the embargo, because it gotta be watched, and it has to be reviewed and everything like that. Dude probably procrastinated. That's the only thing I can guess, and it backfired on him. But now his reputation is completely shot. You can't get a job, not in that medium, not in that field. No major publication is gonna hire you. That's donezo. That's Rhapsody, right? You're on YouTube. Even your YouTube reputation is shot. That's donezo. You know, you can't put IGN on your resume. You pretty much got to act like you never worked at IGN, and you kind of got to move to a different field in your job. And it's insulting to a lot of people, because a lot of people would kill for an opportunity to work at IGN, and you just ruined, it. You ruined your opportunity that you got. A lot of people would kill for that position. And now who knows how IGN, this guy came from YouTube, by the way. So who knows how IGN may look at, future people who may apply that come from like a YouTube background. They may, their vetting system may be way more tight, or they may be skeptical in hiring somebody that comes from YouTube, even though, like, who doesn't have a YouTube channel nowadays? But, who knows, like, the problems it may cause. So dude made a video. After several days, he made a video, right? I just watched it. Here's the kicker, right? Here's something you won't believe. This man said, and I'm paraphrasing. He said, not in his words. He pretty much said this wasn't something he did intentionally. It was unintentional. My nigga. How do you unintentionally plagiarize a whole review? He was so vague. He kept the video so vague. See, he's a bullshitter, a complete bullshitter, because he kept the video. If you go look at his video, he kept it vague enough. He did not explain how exactly it happened. He didn't explain how he came to have this review that exactly matches Boomstick Gaming review. All he said is he took half-ass responsibility and he said it was unintentional. Listen, fam, listen here. Certain things are unintentional. You know, you can hurt somebody's feelings unintentionally. You can walk into somebody, elbow somebody that you passing by mistake. There's a lot of things you can do by accident, unintentionally, right? Copying a whole review is not one of them. That's like when, and I'm about to break guy code, but that's like when niggas be like, when niggas cheat on their girl and they be like, I tripped, fell, and my dick landed inside of her. That's kind of how that is. Well, actually, it's like, okay, let's give ourselves benefit of the doubt, right? Let's say we tripped, fell, and our dick landed inside the girl. Let's say that part is a mistake, right? Because this is like an analogy to fit Philip Mewson's unintentional. Okay, so let's say the first paragraph is me tripping and falling inside of the girl, okay? But now, me continually stroking is every other paragraph that came after that. Me going inside of her, maybe we could make a case that was an accident. But after that, the 50 strokes that came after that wasn't an accident, bro. That was not an accident. The first 30 seconds of your review that you plagiarized, okay, maybe you just needed to, maybe you had writer's block and you just needed something to start off your review. I don't like it. But when you copied the other 3 minutes and 30 seconds of his review, that was no longer intentional, bro. You can't accidentally do that shit. That's not an accident no more. That's not how shit works. You can't unintentionally plagiarize a whole goddamn review. It's not possible. It's because at some point there is intent. At some point there is intent. He's a bullshit. That is like, bro, that excuse takes the cake. That excuse takes the cake. I don't even know what to say to that. You had since this situation happened, like 4 or 5 days passed, and you mean to tell me you couldn't come up with a better excuse than it was unintentional? You couldn't. Come on, fam. We would have respected you a little bit more if you would have actually came up with some type of excuse that was respectable. Even if we knew you were lying, that wasn't even a worthy excuse. You had 5 days to come up with something believable, even if it was a lie. I can't respect that. I can't respect you if you had all this time and you couldn't come up with like a valid excuse, even if it was bullshit. Come on, bro. And then he goes on to say that like Jason Schreier, who we've had on One More podcast, he's saying Jason Schreier, who works for Kotaku, have kind of been like obsessed with him, and they're just like they keep going in about the story because they want clicks and views. I'm like, first of all, sir, even if that was the case, so what? This is a big story. He's a reporter. So you mean, especially we in the, like, there's nothing wrong with that. You plagiarized a review working for the biggest gaming media site. He's a reporter. No shit. That's what he's doing his job. Don't try to twist this and don't try to like turn the blame on somebody else. You plagiarized. Listen, fam, you should have did that all in that, and he tried to make himself seem like a victim in that video. Listen, all you had to come out and say, bruh, listen here, I fucked up. You got me. I played myself. Instead, you know, he tried to like at first kind of take a little blame, and then he started like pointing fingers and pointing blame and all. Nah, bro, this is all on you. You got caught red-handed, and you still wouldn't even. He still in that video. He never once used the word copy, plagiarized. You know, none of that. He's never admitted I plagiarized. He never said I copied. He never used no synonym like that. He did not admit to what he did in that video still. Didn't do it. It's a damn shame. Damn right. Get the strap. Someone call 50, man. It's crazy, man. Listen, bro. You plagiarized, bro. It's alright. It's cool. Like, I mean, listen. I'm gonna keep it. I plagiarized stuff in high school. It's high school. I don't consider. I don't know if anybody did. I never took high school serious. I plagiarized a whole bunch of stuff in high school. What they gonna do? You know, retroactively remove my degree. For my diploma. You got a diploma in high school. I'm old. You know, what are they gonna do? So, but here's the other point, right? If you're gonna plagiarize, you gotta plagiarize well. I was the king of manipulating a paper, right? I knew all the tricks in the book. Do y'all know the trick about, and this is like just small stuff when you're like really desperate, doing stuff like, you know, when you're trying to fill up a page, like one of the tricks was to increase, because you can use control and find, and if you wanted to like make your paper seem longer than it actually was, you can increase the size of all the periods and all the commas in your paper by a half size. And if it was a really long, say as a paper, you know, let's say it's let's say it's 10 pages, and you know, you increase all the periods, all that type of all the punctuations and stuff by half sizes, it might make your paper maybe 2 pages longer. 2 pages longer is a big deal if you're really desperate, right? Also, in Microsoft Word, they have pretty much when you right click on a word, right, and the whole tab comes up, there's a synonym tab where it gives you pretty much gives you a list of words that you can substitute the word that you highlighted. So he could have went through that whole review and just did that, substituted the words with whatever the Microsoft Word told him. He didn't have to like manually do it, just right click, just go right. He should have done everything, and he should have moved the sentence structure around. Man, listen, I would have been like, I would have just been taking pieces, sentences, putting them all over the place. So I would have replaced most, like at least 75% of the words, and I would have took this sentence, go here, we gonna crisscross, we just gonna cross everything up, so it's not gonna look like the same sentence structure. Okay, there's so many things you can do to like make it look like it wasn't plagiarized at all. So many ways, bro. What were you're a rookie at plagiarizing? Listen, sir, I was a plagiarism god. Okay. It's just one of those. And listen, I'm sorry, I'm from Brooklyn. You already know. I'm always trying to finesse something. So it just only made sense for me to know how to. I'm not saying I plagiarized a lot. In college, I didn't do it in college. High school, I didn't. College, I did all my work in college. Though. That was me. But I'm just saying though, like, bruh, I think it's harder to get caught plagiarizing than it is to not. You know how hard it is to get caught plagiarizing? You know how hard? And in a video review, bro? Come on, bro. You got caught plagiarizing in a video review. Whose man's is this? You can't even plagiarize. That's like somebody that's like a criminal who can't rob a liquor store correctly. What are you doing? What are you doing, fam? You're not even a good criminal. It's sad, soft, pathetic. I don't know if I got anything else to say about this. I don't know, man. It's sad, unfortunate, too bad for him, but he's done so. The video got like, let me see how many dislikes. And he looks like a guy you can't trust. I opened the video, I clicked on the video, I'm like, I don't trust this nigga already. He just looks like a scammer, bro. He looks like a scammer. It's got 26,000 views and 3.2 thousand dislikes. This is probably the most views he's ever gotten. Let me see. No, actually, his channel does get a lot of views. He gets views. And people, here's the thing, people are still gonna watch. This is YouTube. He may lose some subscribers, but oh, there's a website I can check to see if he actually lost subscribers. Oh, what's that website called? You can check people's stats and their subscriber numbers. God damn it, I can't remember what it is. But I wouldn't. He still has 62,000 subs. I don't know how much he had before. Listen, this might have helped him, because you know YouTube is a weird place. YouTube is a strange place. You do stuff like this. You do dirtbag shit like this, and you actually become more popular, right? Social Blade, that's what it is. Why am I sub to your main channel? Yet when you're doing live streams, I can't comment. I don't know. Maybe I gotta check. I don't know why you would be on the block list. I gotta check that. Yeah, YouTube is a weird place, man. Now, because there was a time back in the day, right? There was a few YouTubers where they got caught doing something, you know, some real subterfuge type shit that wasn't respectable, and their channel just died. Everybody just left their channel. Everybody refused to support this person anymore. That was back in the day. Now on YouTube, you do something and it's not the end of you on YouTube. I mean, we got examples of that. Look at Crap Gamer. Crap Gamer was literally, you know, caught red-handed stealing people's gameplay, you know, he got caught. Why do you keep asking that? He got caught, like, and he admitted that he didn't beat games he reviewed. And look at him, completely fine, doing well. Something strange about this. Like, how many subscribers does Crap Gamer have? There you go. Man admitted to stealing people's gameplay, admitting to reviewing games he never beat, and he's completely fine. So that just goes to show you, man. Just goes to show you. Yeah, YouTube is a strange place. I will say this though, right? Let me see. Oh yeah, okay. Well, actually, he is losing subscribers. Let's see. But it's still not even a lot. Like, it's not a lot like that. Hold on, let me see if I can bring this up on screen. Yeah, like we can go back to the, what is this? 12 to 12. Like, if you, let me put this up on screen. Like, Social Blade is showing his
fire team. An urgent matter requires my attention. Hawthorne has volunteered to handle your strike on this end.
Wait, are they going after the weapons guy? You said I could do that one.
I lied. Good luck, fire team.
What are those Cabal doing out there? We need to get past this security door.
Turns out Zon's network is different from the Red Leaf.
But this is minimal loss, especially for what he did. See, I don't remember what did this happened like this week. So he was losing some subscribers. That's not too strange, you know, when you have a bigger channel, you know. It's not strange. Well, actually, it is strange that he was more in the negatives than the plus, but whatever. Like, this happened this week, right? So this seems like to be maybe when it happened. But you would, like, for what he did, you would expect a huge loss, a bigger loss than this. This says in the last 30 days, he only lost 364. 300, that's not a lot. For someone who got caught plagiarizing, that's not a lot at all. So he's not really hurting. He's not really feeling this. So it's not a big deal. Yeah, he's gonna be all right. I mean, maybe professionally, probably not. But YouTube-wise, he's gonna be all right, bro. He's gonna be all right. Actually, I spent 35 minutes talking about this, but it was the biggest story. So yeah, I think those are all my thoughts on the situation. I'll let y'all know. I'll go back to it if I think of anything else. But other topics. Let's talk about the Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay shortly. So So I'm finally looking forward to Red Dead 2, simply because what's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Just joining. I'm looking forward to Red Dead 2 finally because they finally showed us some gameplay, and they showed us the additions to the to the game and the improvements and everything like that. This seems like just they are building off of certain things that already existed in Red Dead Redemption, right? And that's good. It just seems like a natural, organic evolution from some of the things you were able to do in the first game. You know, it's much more dynamic. They said the game is actually going to be 4K on Xbox One and PS4, which is surprising to me. I'm thinking that's going to be like a real low texture game at least on the PS4. I don't know how that game is going to run native. I think they said native. That open world game running native on PS4, I think is gonna. I don't know how them textures are gonna look. I don't know. That must be like at low to medium settings or something. But yeah, the gameplay looked fun. They're gonna release more gameplay videos. I don't pre-order a lot of games digitally, but only the ones that I have the utmost confidence in. And Red Dead Redemption 2 is gonna be one of those games that I definitely pre. It's not 4K on PS4. I could have sworn I saw that. I saw a post. I saw a title. Yeah, I saw a title that said that. Maybe it was a false report or something like that. I don't know.
Tenants aren't messing around.
Yeah, we knew Arthur Morgan was going to be the main character for a while. So yeah, the gameplay looked pretty cool. I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. I like the part where they showed you how like you can make friends or you can make enemies depending on the choices you make and everything like that. The world just really looks cool. It looks and I was telling people though, the Rockstar trailers, I'm not saying they're Ubisoft, but Rockstar trailers never actually look like the game never actually ends up looking like the trailer, right?
Coming for you, son.
In the way,
got a lot to answer
in the way of like how do I say it? In the texture quality, it never ends up looking like it. Because if you look at I remember when I had them GTA trailers, when you know all the GTA trailers and everything like that, and then I got GTA on PS3 and it just looked muddy. It didn't look crisp. It didn't look clean. It did not look like the trailers on PS3. The PS4 version was more closer to how, you know, the trailers look. Oh, and oh yeah, the camp thing. I think, you know, I with the camping thing, I think it's pretty cool. I think they're trying to make an more of an authentic cowboy experience. You know, with the camping and everything like that. It's definitely more realistic. It's cool and everything like that. Game looks great. But we want that PC version, man. We need that PC version. Rockstar got to do that. They probably are. You already know. I think they're gonna put this one on PC. You gotta think that. Let me see what else. You know, you gotta maintain your horse and everything. 1 second.
Master technician.
My connection just like stuttered for a second. Okay, I'm live. I'm still live. Yeah, I'm still live. Okay. Yeah, are we still good? Because my connection just like stuttered for a second. We good? Y'all see me? We here? Let me make sure I'm still live. If anything happened, we blaming Tony. Okay, I think I'm still live. We blaming Tony. Yeah, it just looked really cool, man. I'm excited for it. I'm not completely sold on the character of Arthur Morgan. I don't know. There's just something about him that I'm not sold on. I feel like I don't know. I just feel like his character is like kind of like the uninteresting cowboy template. Because when we got John Marston, I don't know. There was something about him that you could tell, like, he just wasn't your average character. I don't know. This Arthur Morgan guy just seems more cookie cutter than me. I don't know. There's just nothing about him that's really stood out. I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't know. There's just something about him I don't like. He just seems lame and generic to me. I don't know. Maybe that might change once we get into the game, but I think John Marston just seems like to be the more impressive badass character. Of course, they're gonna bring back Deadeye and everything like that. I want to see that multiplayer. I want to see how that multiplayer gonna turn out, man. And I'm sure they're gonna put a lot of they showed like activities like playing cards, fishing and everything like that. I'm really hoping they fix the movement, because you know a lot of the movement in this in Rockstar games are robotic, especially in GTA 5. It was so robotic. It wasn't like fluid movement, and that's probably because of the engine they use, I guess. But I'm hoping the movement is just a lot better. I'm hoping it's good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Red Dead 2. That's gonna come quick too. I'm hoping they don't do the same thing with the multiplayer, because remember, GTA 5's multiplayer launched like 2 months after the actual game, right? And even though it launched like 2 months after, wasn't it still broken online at first? I'm hoping that's not the case. Hoping not. Whew.
Got him cornered.
Rumors of Microsoft buying Obsidian. I'm gonna talk about the Doom gameplay and how boring it is. So there's rumors that Microsoft might buy Obsidian. I don't know where this actually came from. But let's actually take a look. Obsidian is a decent developer. But let's take a look at all the games that Obsidian has actually made, right? But I think this is a decent buy. And if this is true, Microsoft is clearly making a statement. They already bought like 4 or 5 studios that they announced at E3. And for them to be buying another one, they are not playing. They ain't playing games with y'all. But I wouldn't say people should just get hype off of them buying studios, because we can't play studios. Once these studios actually, show us what they're working on, if they're actually purchased by, when and if they're purchased by Microsoft, that's when we can get excited. Because, just buying studios doesn't really prove anything. But Obsidian was, they were founded in 2003. So, you could still consider them a young studio. They're only, 15 years old. They've made Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, Neverwinter Nights 2, Alpha Protocol, Fallout New Vegas, Dungeon Siege, South Park Stick of Truth, Pillars of Eternity. So they're pretty talented. They're pretty talented. They've made very different genres of games. They're versatile, right? Because a lot of publishers have given them the rights to make these games, like Neverwinter Nights. Atari gave them that. LucasArts obviously gave them Star Wars. Bethesda got them to work on Fallout New Vegas, Alpha Protocol. That was Sega. So these publishers have trusted Obsidian with a lot of their different games of different genres. Paradox Interactive, they gave them Pillars of Eternity. So they're pretty versatile and experienced. So it wouldn't be a bad pickup for them. I guess we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see what happens. But it wouldn't be. I would really be impressed if this happened. Speaking of Microsoft Studios, another topic I wanted to talk about is Ninja Theory. I always get Ninja Theory and the other studio still mixed up. But Ninja Theory, right? So we know Ninja Theory was acquired by Microsoft, obviously, but only Hellblade, which was Ninja Theory's last game, only sold 100,000 copies on Xbox, which is not the best sign, because we already know, it's clear Microsoft brought on Hellblade to give the console some great single player experiences, because that's what they're best at, right? But if we use Hellblade as kind of like a gauge for how their future single player projects will do, that's not a good sign that this great game, when it came to Xbox, only sold 100,000 so far, right? And it's not a complete fair comparison, because one, it sold like over 500,000 on the PS4 and PC, 500,000 each, right? It was obviously out longer on the PS4 and PC, and the PS4 has a larger install base. But still, it's like, even with the smaller install base of the Xbox and the game being a little bit older, it's still new to Xbox. So why did it sell only 100,000? All I'm saying is, I hope, people on the Xbox platform actually support whatever Ninja Theory's next game that will be on the Xbox platform, and most likely PC. Because it'll be unfortunate, these games that Ninja Theory makes, and they were mainly supported, and they got a lot of support from the PlayStation fan base, and then the game doesn't sell as well because Microsoft has it. So that's all I'm saying. I just hope Xbox guys go and actually support Ninja Theory's future games. Okay. So Doom. Let me talk about Doom, and I guess QuakeCon.
Pretty convincing Fallen impression.
Don't mention accents around Dev unless you want a day-long
I'm
lecture
getting
about
old,
city
man.
dialects. Meantime,
I'm
best
too old for
sightline
this.
to Red Legion Air
I don't got the
Support
energy for
is
this
the
one.
cliffside where you and I set up that refugee beacon.
No one appreciates the finer things anymore.
What the hell? Okay. So Doom Eternal gameplay was shown at QuakeCon, it was, right? So I know Doom Eternal was shown, Rage 2 was shown. I don't know if they showed anything else at QuakeCon. Y'all let me know, right? That's only the gameplay I saw. Now, so I watched the gameplay of Doom Eternal, right? I was at work. I opened it up on my phone, and I lie to you not. This is not me exaggerating, right? Opened it up on my phone. I was watching the video,
I can't
and the
believe we
first
have
thing that
back
came
into
to
the
mind
lines
was, oh shit! I accidentally clicked on some original Doom, the original Doom's video for some reason. No lie. I'm like, oh, this is the old game. How did I accidentally click on you know, the video premiere of the old game?
all these traps and
Right? So I look at the title.
And put them to good
I'm like,
use sowing
oh
chaos
shit, this is
between your enemies.
no, this is Doom Eternal. This is the new game. You kidding me? Yo, I swear to God, I thought it was the first one. It looked, and listen, I'm not the type of dude that says, oh, the game looks exactly the same. When it comes to sequels, I expect games to look pretty similar to each other if it's a direct sequel. I expect that. So I'm not one of those people, oh, the game looks exactly the same as the prequel. I don't use that a lot. But I literally could not tell the difference. I could not tell that this was a different game. I swear on everything. And there's a lot of games that have sequels that still look different. Gears 1 to 2, right? Aesthetically, it looks similar, but you can tell Gears 1 from Gears 2. Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 2. Even, I would say Wolfenstein 1 to 2. You can, all these, you name a sequel, most sequels, you can probably tell some differences from 1 to 2. I literally thought this was the exact same game. Swear on everything, bro. I swear on everything. I thought this was the exact same game. At best, I thought it was DLC. I was like, no, this is an expansion. This is DLC. This is not Doom Eternal. This can't be a sequel. I was like, yo, this shit doesn't look no different. Okay, cool. They made a few additions like to the weapons. I think somebody said there was, you know, there's grapples now and all this, and there's different execution animations and everything like that. I think there's a few old ones. I watch, I'm like,
let's keep the channel clear.
this still, you know, holistically looks like the same thing. The gameplay doesn't look, you know, I don't know. I just expected them to do something new or add something drastically new. I guess that's what I expected. I expected them to keep the core Doom gameplay, but I guess add new mechanics, maybe maybe make the aesthetic and the visuals look a little bit more refreshed. I don't know. Just look different, like an improvement. I can't say like it was an improvement visually either. That's probably why if it looked the same, but it was a visual improvement, I would be like, okay, I could tell the difference. But it looked the same. Quality wise, look, bruh. And the gameplay, I don't like Doom gameplay. I've said that for the longest. And I'm not talking about like Doom way back, like from '93 and up. I'm talking about when they rebooted it in 2016. I feel it's that Doom 2016 was just lame. I thought it was boring. I bought the game on PC and could not beat it because it was so repetitive, so boring, so uninspiring, so dull. The cycle of the game was just dry. the world was dry, the atmosphere was dry. It was literally like watching paint dry and shooting demons sometimes. That's what it was like. Like, it was just drab. It was just, and it's like, okay, my thing is like, cool, Doom doesn't really have a story. It's a game about shooting up demons. That's not a problem. Because some games can be excused by not having a real story if the gameplay is phenomenal. But I don't think that gameplay story carries that that game enough.
Great work.
Even sometimes visuals, if the gameplay and the visuals are good enough, people will let something slide, right? Because Crisis honestly was, well, Crisis 2 and 3 were not really the best. It didn't have the best. Crisis didn't have the best of anything. It had the best visuals, but it didn't have the best story. It didn't have the best gameplay. But it was story and gameplay, but the visuals were amazing. It had enough of everything to kind of carry the game. Doom is just, that game whack, bro. I'm not buying Doom Eternal. I'm not, and I'm glad I'm not. That's one less game for me to waste money on. That was whack. Why did somebody's donation get retracted? I never even saw what it was. That joint was whack. Dying Light is the best first-person game in a while. If we're just gonna judge it based on first person, I could probably agree. If we're not gonna narrow it down to shooters, just first person, yeah, I could say that. Yeah, I am hyped for Rage 2. I don't know how anybody could look at Rage 2 and Doom and say, oh, they're the same. How could you not like this? But like, are we looking at the same two games? One game looks night and day different in terms of like the visuals, in terms of like the gameplay. I don't know, like, we don't know what the story is exactly in Rage 2. I beat first Rage. I don't know what the story is exactly going to be in Rage 2. But visually, the game just, if we go talk about visually specifically, right? It looks like a more appealing game. Appealing means simply, it's more interesting to look at. It catches your eye. It's visually pleasing. Doom is not visually pleasing. Just the world, the environment, it looks dry. Okay? Rage 2 just grabs your attention with the presentation. And then when you look at the gameplay of Rage 2, it's just like all these different ways to engage enemies. When I played Doom 2016, honestly, it all came down, there was a lot of different weapons, but it all came down to just using the weapons in the same way. Like, whether it was an assault rifle, the assault, it wasn't an assault rifle, whatever the hell it was, the kind of laser gun or the rocket launcher. It kind of looks like you approached it in the same way. In Rage 2, okay, let me describe it this way. In Rage 2, what's that game? God damn it. Damn it. What's that? Oh, Rage 2 reminds me of Bulletstorm in a way. It kind of reminds me of Bulletstorm and another game. And kind of like BioShock in a way, right? Because like I said, Doom, pretty much same approach. You switch guns, you shoot every fucking thing. Rage 2, I'm looking at the trailer, okay, you got that, like, the pinwheel that you can throw at enemies, you can behead them, right? And then you got this other power where it's like, I don't know, it's like a stasis bubble where you can hit them with the stasis bubble, and now they're levitating in midair, and you can shoot them in midair. And you got now you got enemies You got enemies with these swords that can deflect your bullets. And also he threw like this circular energy beam at somebody, and it was like slicing them up in midair. And then you got the driving mechanics. Do you get my point? How Rage 2 is just way more dynamic, and it gives you way more gameplay diversity. It allows you to do a lot more. It's not just shooting. There's different ways to engage enemies while it's complemented with the shooting. It's not just going directly at enemies and just shooting first. No, there's other like variables in how you can approach enemies before just shooting. Doom does not have that. When it comes to Doom, it's shoot. How do you solve your problems in Doom? Shoot. That's kind of it. You shoot. You might have to switch up which gun you use, but when it comes down to it, you just shoot. Nothing else. Nothing else. Like dude, okay, I'm looking at the gameplay just now. Dude just threw some type of like special type grenade, and it had some type of special like status effect or status ailment on the enemies. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is that type of stuff diversifies the gameplay and stops a game from being just another shooter, like shooting fish in the barrel. That's why I like Rage. That's why I like the way it looks. I hate games that there's nothing additional other than just shoot. I hate that shit. Okay? So that's why Doom is trash to me. I don't like games where you literally just shoot. And then, like I said, there's the driving part. And I feel like this game is probably gonna have, if I remember from the first Rage, this game is probably gonna have some RPG elements in it for you to upgrade, your weapons and your abilities and all that. Doom don't got all that. Doom don't got that type of depth. It don't. That's a fact. I'm just laying all facts out to y'all how Rage is going to be a better game and why it is a better game and why it's way more interesting to me than Doom. People have been asking me, how could you say it? Well, there you go. I just explained it. There's just way more depth to it. Way more. Fam, this is what I'm talking about. Dude just threw a grenade at his feet and it caused him to bounce in the air, and then he did a ground pound to kill enemies. You can't do shit like that, dude. You can't do that type of shit. Come on, bro. Y'all are really trying to come. My nigga used a weapon on himself to do a ground pound. Come on, dog. Like, look at this extended gameplay, bro. Look at it. Look at that, then look at dude. No, it's not, bruh. It's not even. And then he used some type of ability to like teleport. It seemed like it almost seemed like it was Blink from Dishonored or some shit like that. That's what it looked like for a second. And then the boomerang, he threw a boomerang. It could even chase enemies around corners. Come on, bro. Let me look at the rest of this gameplay. What else? What else they got? What else they got going on? Of course, they got apparently like the rage mode or whatever. I think we've seen a little bit of this. What else going on? Come on, bro. There's no comparison. There is no comparison. And one of the things that really bothered me about Doom was like every level generally looked the same. Okay, cool, I got it. You're in hell or wherever you actually were, on another planet, whatever. But it had like the same color palette. It looked like the same like art style. It looked exactly the same. Like, oh, I'm going from level to set. Why this level look like the level from 5 levels ago? Why? Why it look exactly like the level from 5 levels ago? RD2 didn't impress me at all for some reason. Looked cool, but nothing amazing. Just another RS game that I play that all play the same. I mean, we'll see, bro. We'll see. And Wolfenstein, listen, I'm sorry. Okay. Wolfenstein is not like on the same level of Rage in terms of depth and gameplay, right? But the thing with Wolfenstein that intrigues me is at least with the shooting, you still have a story. No matter how wacky you think it is, there's still a story and there's still characters I care about. Like, Doom gives me no motivation. When I played Doom, I had no motivation to get to the next level. None. None. Regardless of how wacky the story of Wolfenstein was, playing as BJ Blazkowicz, you still knew his wife was pregnant. He had all these people that he wanted to protect, and you wanted to see what came next for the group. There was a group of people that you wanted to see what would happen next in the story. So the story did help push the gameplay along. What Doom gave you no reason to keep going. What reason Doom gave you to keep going? To shoot more aliens? Oh, okay. What's gonna happen after this? Nothing, just gonna shoot more aliens. After this level, just gonna shoot more. It didn't give you no reason to keep going. None. None. And Wolfenstein, the gameplay design was leagues better. Leagues fucking better. I'm talking about literal gameplay design in how like oh gosh, what was this? In the first Wolfenstein, you had I can't remember it like you had to go on a tower or some shit like that. You had to face this gigantic fucking robot. Oh god, the bosses were cool. And Wolfenstein 2, one of the levels was you had to go through a fucking house that was literally falling apart around you. Come on, dog. The level design was not even fucking close. They were creative in the levels they put you on in Wolfenstein 2. It was different locations. Every location in Doom looked the same, bro. It looked exactly the same. I'm not even gonna argue this no more. This is done. This is done. This is done. There's no comparison. I ain't gonna keep arguing this. I proved my point. That joint dry. Okay. I want to move on to other topics. I ain't trying to be here all night. I ain't trying to be here all night. And also, one of the things about Wolfenstein I really like is when you're shooting in Wolfenstein, right? You actually feel the impact of when you kill someone. Like, I remember in the first Wolfenstein, like, there was this level. It was this level. Like, they were just throwing all, like, the brute Nazis at you, right? And I had the double-barrel shotguns. And I had the double-barrel shotguns upgraded to where the shots ricochet. So I'm just running through this narrow corridor, and I'm just shooting, dog. I'm just letting my thing off, okay? And all the shots are just ricocheting, and they hitting the Nazis, and it's like you could hear the impact, you could see the impact, you could see it and feel it in the game. It actually felt like you were shooting somebody, and it was satisfying. With Doom, it just feels like you're shooting cardboard cutout demons. It's like they just feel so fake and plastic, man. It was trash. It was trash, man. Yeah, I just feel, I guess I also feel that there's just a disconnect. I have a disconnect from shooting demons versus shooting real people, right? And I think that's not only in, that's just in, I would much rather shoot real characters than fictitious demons, right? Even though obviously, you know, the whole Nazis and armored suits was pretty, you know, fictitious. It was still more real than shooting demons. You know, so that's all. That's all. Moving on. Talk about Nintendo Direct. This was pretty much just a Smash Bros. Nintendo Direct, right? That's all they showed was stuff for Smash Brothers. They showed King K. Rool and it was King K. Rool and Simon. It was another character. You know, it's King K. Rool, Simon, and a few other characters. I'm kind of like, yeah, it was okay. Yeah, it was pretty much a Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct. So it was all about that. Yeah, it was Simon, Belmont. Yeah. So this was definitely all about Smash Bros. I think they showed a fire. They brought back they revealed a Fire Emblem, new Fire Emblem character. I think it was. They showed some levels. I think what was it? Did they say they were gonna have like over 100 stages? Did I read that right? I think I saw that they were gonna have like over 100 stages, which is crazy. This is definitely gonna be definitely the ultimate Smash Bros. And there's gonna be a bundle, and I actually think I'm gonna get this bundle. It's gonna be the Super Smash Ultimate bundle, and it's gonna come with the GameCube controller and an adapter, because you know most people that especially play Smash Serious, you know the GameCube controller is still the best controller for it. So and it comes out December with the game. So I actually think I may get that bundle. I may get it. I might. So yeah, that's cool. Let's see what else was shown. You can make your own playlist, you know, your own song playlist and everything like that. Obviously customize the game. That's a lot of freaking stages. Yeah, I'm looking at the stages. It's a lot of freaking stages. The game looks super clean. Visuals look really good. That's cool. They're like showing. I'm surprised. They even showed like a graph of like the hit boxes and the hit distance and everything like that. Hurt boxes. That's really cool. They really got in depth with it. They got really in depth. I was excited to see King K. Rool because I remember the first time I actually beat Donkey Kong and fought King K. Rool. So I thought that was I had some nostalgia just seeing that. And that's a good addition. That's definitely a good addition. Wait, Knuckles wasn't in the last game. Is he new? Was Knuckles in the last Smash? Or is that an Echo? Are they making these just? Yeah, okay. It's like an assist type thing. Okay. Alright, got it. Introducing some new Pokemon and items and all that stuff. Cool. Alright. So yeah, the game's looking good, man. It's looking really good. We know that thing is gonna sell a whole lot. It's gonna sell a whole lot. Right. Okay, so I mean this was about what? It was only like a half hour, and it was all about Smash. So, did he say anything about nerfing Bayonetta? Was there any talk about nerfing Bayonetta at all? Because anybody who doesn't know, like a lot of the Smash community was pissed, especially at EVO. The top 4 at EVO were freaking Bayonetta players, and nobody wanted to see that. Nobody wants to see a mirror match of EVO anyway, and then we definitely don't want to see a mirror match of broken characters. So, Yeah, so no, I didn't get it. I didn't buy my Switch back yet. I didn't buy my Switch back yet. December. I had said July before, but now we're gonna push it back to December.
Sky looks clear. I'm headed your way to pick up the goods. Farm will really appreciate it. Heck of a job, you two.
Quite. Now,
Let's see what else happened this week. Def Jam World Tour is like it's still rumors. Nothing is confirmed or anything like that. Some people are hoping this Def Jam game comes to fruition. Weapon Wheel podcast. Unfortunately, we are gonna have a Fortnite game night. Probably next Friday. We're gonna shoot for like next Friday, I guess. And you know, people have wanted us to have a new game night. And since even though I hate Fortnite, it's free, right? And it's a popular game, and a lot of people would still enjoy seeing it. So it's like, why not? We'll just do a Fortnite game night. I hate Fortnite so much, man. I hate it. All these Bob the Builder mofos, and I can guarantee you, I can guarantee you, I probably ain't gonna get no kills, because as soon as I shoot somebody and they put up a wall, I'm just gonna be like, you know what, fam, you got it. I'm just gonna like, you know what, you can have it. You can have it, dog. Just shoot me down. Just shoot me down. Because as soon as somebody puts up a wall, I'm like, I don't got no patience for this nonsense. I don't got no patience. I don't got no patience for this. Ain't nobody got no time for this, bro. With y'all Bob the Builder, professional architect ass niggas, man. I come from a different generation. Okay, we ain't build walls. We shoot guns. Now you new generation. I feel like Fortnite buildings, these Fortnite players who build a lot, is like the gaming equivalent to the new young mumble rappers. That's how I feel. That's who they are. Back in my day, we shot guns. We ain't do no building, right? Just like back in the rappers' days, they actually rapped. They didn't do all this mumbling and put all this color in their ear. Fortnite players are the gaming world mumble rappers. I need to tweet that. Oh, that's a gem right there. That's a gem. Hold on, let me tweet that real quick. Just had to type that little that little gem real quick. Sometimes you gotta inform these youngins. Sometimes you gotta inform them, man. Let them know. So yeah, but because we want to entertain the people, we're gonna do it. And since Bond has a PS4 and Bond has never actually done a game night with us, I'm gonna try to have Bond with us instead. And Fortnite is only 4 people in a party, right? So I guess somebody has to stay out. Maybe we'll make batismul stay out or Jimmy stay out. One of them, so we can get Bond in. I can't imagine how Bond would be at Fortnite though. I don't know, but we'll see what's up. Whew. What else we got? Oh, I think that's everything. I actually didn't look up. Those were the topics that I had just noted as the week went by. I actually didn't look up any new topics today. What's this? Tomb Raider director says, I'm not worried about Spider-Man. Shit, nigga, maybe you should be. Because y'all niggas really know how to pick some bad release dates. Maybe you should be. I mean, I'm going to get both day one because I'm a Tomb Raider fan, but I got to keep it real with you. Listen, some people might look over Tomb Raider because of Spider-Man.